We now come to the coil folds. The coil folds are about building strength in the dough. They're helping to align the gluten from being like this to like this. And as the dough is quite fragile because it has a high spelt content, this is really important. Also, what's important is that I'm not leaving long intervals between the coil folds. And again, this is because of the extensibility that spelt brings with it. So first of all, I'm going to just moisten my hands a little bit so that they don't stick to the dough. And then if you regard this as the middle and this is the neck, we're going to start up more towards the neck. We're going to put our fingers right underneath the dough and very gently stretch the dough up, and it will stick to the bowl underneath. And I'm going to keep stretching, and then the idea is to let it fall back into the bowl upon itself. And then we just keep doing that until we've folded about half of the dough. Then we turn the bowl round, the neck is here, and we do exactly the same thing again. So fingers under the dough, stretch up, let the dough coil back under itself. That's obviously where it gets its name, this technique. Under itself, under itself. And then we go in through the other way, lifting up the dough, letting it coil under itself. And you can see at the end of this little process, we have a little coil there and a coil there. Now, what I'm going to do is put it up towards one end of the bowl, and then it's easier for me to monitor the spread of the dough and also how much the dough grows as it ferments. This is a really important part of making sourdough bread, that you observe the stages through the coil folds very clearly, and you're looking for a growth of around 30% at least in terms of the volume of the dough, and also signs of fermentation. So you see this bubble here on the surface of the dough, and there are other little bubbles here. They all tell you that the dough is fermenting, but it's important not to over ferment. So we're going to keep the interval between the coils short, and then later on get it into the banneton. So for now, I will cover the dough up again and just leave it for 30 minutes.